All right, we are going to continue on with the next question in the lesson. Solve the number story. Use pictures or equations to show what you did to find your answers. Suma and Puya decided to bake 48 muffins instead of 12. So I know that relationship between 12 and 48. 12 times 4 I know is 48 because I know my math facts. So they are making 4 recipes, and that's going to be important to know. How many cups of blueberries did they use? Okay, and blueberries, they use 3/4 of a cup. So for this one, I'm going to use my draw a picture strategy, and I'm going to draw some circles. And I'm going to divide these circles into fourths. Why fourths? Because the denominator in 3/4 of a cup is a 4. So my first recipe, there's 3/4 of a cup. Here's my second recipe, 1, 2, 3/4 of a cup. And my third recipe, 1, 2, 3, is 3/4 of a cup. And here is my fourth recipe. And I know that each one of those circles represents 1 cup. And I can add those up, and I have 1, 2, 3 cups of blueberries that they are going to need. How many teaspoons of cinnamon did they use? And cinnamon, they use 3/8 of a teaspoon. And I'm going to use the relational thinking for this. So if I have 3/8 and 3/8, this gives me 6/8. I'm going to write it over to the side here because they don't give me much work room. So that's 2 recipes worth. And if I do 3/8 and 3/8 again, that's my third and fourth recipe. That's another 6/8. Now I can easily add 6/8 and 6/8, and that gives me 12/8. And that is a division problem. 12 divided by 8. So I know that there's one group of 8 and 12. There are 4 left over. That's my numerator, and my denominator stays the same. So they needed 1 4/8 teaspoons of cinnamon. How many cups of honey did they use? We'll go back and find our cups of honey. 2/3 of a cup. So we need 4 groups of 2/3. And for this one, I'm going to use repeated addition. So I have 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3 plus, I don't know why this isn't writing. Oh, this happened in the last one. Well, we're going to continue on. It should be 2/3 there. Let's see. I don't know if that's going to help at all. Nope. there should be a 2/3 there. We're going to keep going, kiddos, because we're almost finished with this. So imagine that there's a 2/3 there, and I would add straight across my numerators. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 more is 6, plus 2 more is 8. And my denominator, of course, would stay the same. So I would have 8/3. And that is a division problem. So I would divide 8 by 3. And I know that there are two groups of 3 and 8, which is 6. And that leaves me with 2 left over. So they would have used 2 2/3 cups of honey. And then question D says, between what two whole numbers does your answer to problem C lie? And that would be between 2 and 3.